I might be losing my job tomorrow. Calling corporate, we're calling to try to get help with this snake. The policies at my job, if we harm the snake or even, okay, we get fired. Did I lose my job to a rattlesnake? I got fired.
Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia, and on this channel I just like to bring to you guys things that are really happening. Okay, we're going to be looking at this lady that got fired because of a rattlesnake. This lady took to her TikTok her experience with HR and a rattlesnake in her office premises, and guys, the story wasn't a really nice one. Imagine going to work, minding your business, and somehow getting caught up in a situation involving a rattlesnake and then getting fired because of it. Yes, guys, this really happened. This is not a parody. It's a real story that has gone viral on TikTok. Today, we're going to get right into this alongside HR intimidating people at work, what really happened, and why the internet is really annoyed. Now, without wasting too much time, let's get right into this.
I might be losing my job tomorrow. Yesterday, I needed to go to the ladies' room, so I called my supervisor. She came up to relieve me. Upon returning, she's yelling out the door, "Stay in the car." So I hurried up and I shut the door. As soon as I was stepping out, there was a rattlesnake about 6 feet away from me. Oh my gosh. So the snake is curled up. It's not moving, nothing. So she's opening up the door to see if it's moving or whatever. And I'm like, just leave it alone. I'm outside. I'm in the car. I'm watching the snake. So she's on the phone. Now at this time, we got to call the security company. We got to call animal control. They were closed. We're calling corporate. We're calling to try to get help with this snake. The policies at my job, if we harm the snake or even, okay, we get fired. Now the snake begins to move, and it's moving quick. It's going up to the guard shack, and half of the body now is underneath the door. My supervisor is freaking out. I'm talking about having a panic attack. She's crying, she's screaming, she's yelling, and she's holding the door on the guard shack because the guard shack doesn't close fully. Now, corporate is calling me saying, "I don't understand what she's saying. Could you let me know what's going on?" Snake moved, and now it's underneath the door, like trying to get its way fully in. So now corporate has instructed me to go drive up to the snake, start hunking and all this. I'm following directions. I've never had an encounter with a rattlesnake. Snake wiggled his body from underneath the door, and I kid you not, now it's coming towards me. I'm on the phone with the lady telling her, like, I just took the snake off more. It's coming towards me. "Oh, you're fine. You're sitting in a car." That's where the snake came from. The snake came from underneath somebody's car that didn't even know the snake was there. So when she hit the bump, the snake fell onto the street. So we're still calling everybody, trying to get the help that we need to get this snake from in front of the guard shack. So they wind up calling somebody from a different facility. They came to help, not only to be instructed, "Get back into your car, do not touch that snake." But I thought y'all sent him over here to help us. So now 2 hours have passed. This snake is still sitting in front of the guard shack, and no one still has came to help us. The snake finally moves up a little bit, just a little bit, by the cone. And I'm telling her, okay, the snake has moved. Like, I'm keeping her updated with what's going on, right? So the snake moved up a little bit more. Now it's on the side of the guard shack. I'm telling her, 1, 2, 3, you gonna run out and get in the truck. We get a call instructing us, we bet not leave that post. We have to keep the gates open until help come. Mind you, this is 2 hours later. No one came to help us for 4 hours. We were sitting outside with cameras zoomed in on us, making sure that we weren't going to be a threat or a harm to a snake. The fire department come, and they were like, "This is not an emergency. This is not our field," and left. Finally, the animal control came to tell us that corporate sent them to the wrong address. So they sent them an hour away from where we were. So he comes, he get the snake. Everything is everything.
What? Wait, they were making sure that human beings were not a threat to the snake. Who is supposed to be a threat here? Okay, let's get right into the next part.
The reason why I might lose my job today, part 2. Now y'all know that animal control has came and taken the snake. After us waiting 4 hours, we still have to make reports and all of this and that. So I wind up leaving after my shift, starting my day as normal. I get approached from the supervisor. He's asking me what happened. He's sorry nobody called him to come and get the snake. I'm talking to him. I'm telling him what had happened. And now the supervisor who was there on site with me, she's still shooken up. She was like, I don't want to be here. I'm still shaking. I'm this and that. Mind you, she was the one that was in the guard shack while I was outside the guard shack trying to distract the snake because that's what I was instructed to do. And it just ticked the snake off. The snake was going crazy, rattling like a mug. I told her, I said, I know how you feel. I got in the car. I'm checking the tires. I'm looking in the trunk. It was a scary moment for you to walk out the guard shack and you see a rattlesnake there ready to attack, curled up. She wind up going to the back so they can switch out shifts, right? So the sheriffs arrive. At my post, sheriffs can't come on there if it's not an emergency unless, it's approved, right? So I wind up reaching out to the supervisor and she didn't answer. The other supervisor answered. He was like, she's on a conference call with corporate and HR. She's coming out and not in the company truck. She's in her car. She now has left. Oh my gosh, what's going on? And I couldn't talk to her because there was 3 other cars that was exiting after her. So I was like, dang, I don't even have her number to find out what happened. So supervisor reaches out to me. Hey, if you're feeling any type of way, if you're concerned about anything, call corporate. Like basically they're waiting on your call. I call corporate. I expressed to her, I said, I know it's not your fault, but to leave us out there 4 hours, camera zoomed in on us to make sure we're not harming a snake. No one came. Everybody who you guys sent, I'm talking to her, but I'm very calm. I'm talking to her. I said it was a terrifying situation. So she's like, well, I couldn't even come to help. I was over 2 hours away. And I'm just like, unless you're a professional, girl, I don't even know what we were going to do unless we were all going to sit out there, right? We didn't have pretty much anything to get rid of the snake. We couldn't harm the snake. We couldn't touch the snake. I said, because our job was on the line. And she was like, your job was on the line. I said, yes, the policy here is if we hurt or harm a snake, we can get fired for that. You didn't know that? And she was like, no. And I'm like, but you're the manager over this plant. So how don't you know the policy and procedures here, right? So now she's like, yeah, and I didn't know that the guard shack door didn't close all the way. So mind you, this is the same lady that I bring stuff to her attention because she's in corporate and she's supposed to get things done, right? I told her not too long ago that the office chair was broke. She literally came in the guard shack and started bouncing on the chair to see if I was lying. I told her, I said, well, I did report that in my report. She was like, okay, I have to pull that up. So she was just apologetic. We're having a civil conversation. I'm thinking everything is fine. No one is yelling. No one is cussing. I already had did that the day before when that rattlesnake was in my face. You understand? With the other officers, we just did a conference call. So we would like to do the same with you so we can address things there. Maybe we can get like some snake petals, some this, some that. Like, so we're trying to figure out what to do. But hey, God forbid that we do get bit by the rattlesnake or just any animal. Mind you, there's bobcats around there. There's coyotes. I work swing shift, so I'm coming out to Lord knows what is out there. I've been reporting to them that the motion lights are out. No one is listening to me. So she was like, well, you just called 911. And I said, so you guys don't have no type of responsibility for us if, something was to happen to us. And she was like, not really. And I was like, what the hell? So if I get bit, so this was a thought. So she was like, what the hell? Oh, now you being disrespectful and cussing at me? What? Now you just flip this around on me that fast? Come back for part 3.
Okay, it's really getting intense. This lady knew from the start that her job was definitely on the line. Like, it sounded like they were looking for an excuse to pin her with something and just like let her go. But yes, guys, let's get right into part 3.
Part 3 of why I may lose my job to a rattlesnake. So now y'all know she done flipped the script on me. The crazy part about it is she's telling me that I'm disrespecting her, I'm yelling at her, I'm cussing her out. When did I cuss you out? The conversation before, I brought that up to HR. I said, so what did you bring up to them? Because like now I'm confused. Never knew that I was disrespectful in the first call. And then she goes, you feel like your life is on the line, you can just clock out. I said, I can clock out right now. She like, yeah, go ahead. You feel like your life is on the line? I said, wow. When my life was on the line yesterday, y'all told us it didn't matter if it was 3 a.m. We bet not go nowhere. But now since the situation is over, you want me to clock out? She getting louder. She getting disrespectful. I'm still holding my composure. My voice started to elevate a little bit, but I'm still acting professional. I'm at work. If I was off the clock, trust me, she would have heard it. And then she goes, well, yeah, the other supervisor said that you were going off on him. I said, wait, what? I said, he wasn't even here yesterday, so why would I go off on him? He asked me what happened. I told him what happened. I said, oh, wow, now you really trying to turn this around on me. Well, I'm going to contact this supervisor. So she going to say, matter of fact, yeah, HR will be in touch with you. Click. Damn. Contacted the male supervisor. So why did you tell this lady that I was disrespecting you? I'm blaming you. I'm this and I'm that. I didn't tell her that. I said, well, something had to come out your mouth because I was a topic of discussion. And so she ain't going to randomly just say something like that. So what did you say? I didn't tell her anything. I said, well, you know what? She told me to clock out. I clocked out and I'm driving off this premises. Fast forward to today. HR, nobody hasn't reached out to me. Well, I called corporate. I'm talking to one of the ladies from HR. Mind you, after our conversation of me wasting 10 minutes, she's not even a person that I am supposed to speak with. She admitted that we don't have any type of protocols in place, right? Just listen.
And we're also trying to figure out what the protocols are going to be coming in the future because we don't currently have proper protocols for when certain things happen.
Right. So y'all know I'm not crazy. It's 5 o'clock and guess who gets a text message? You are off schedule until we have our meeting on Tuesday. So now I am about to miss 3 days of work. I'm gonna go to that meeting Tuesday. Y'all stay tuned for part 4.
No, this is crazy. The whole thing doesn't just sound right at all.
Did I lose my job to a rattlesnake? I got fired. I arrived to the meeting 15 minutes early. They were late to the meeting. A woman walks up from the back. Deanna? Yes. I get up. I'm walking towards the back to her office with her. I never seen her. I don't know who she is. So I asked her, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. She was like, oh, I'm such and such from HR. First question the HR lady asked me was, how long have I been here with the company? I said, as of next month, it's going to mark my 1-year anniversary. Then she goes, we are going to have a professional meeting. She was like, if you're rude to me, if you're cutting me off, if you just doing anything that I don't like, basically, meeting is over. So you're already coming at me sideways and attacking me, and the meeting hasn't even started. I haven't even said anything. You don't have to say anything. You have an attitude. When I went to the lobby to go pick you up, your energy was off. My energy was off. I said, I don't have an attitude, and you're not about to sit here and tell me that I have an attitude. Guess what she said? Meeting over. Wasn't even there 5 minutes. I gather my belongings. I'm walking out the door. She's walking behind me. And I'm like, I know how to, get out. We get up to the front. The receptionist, she's like, hey, can you sign out? I had to sign out twice. When I was signing out, I turned and I asked her, so am I terminated? Oh, I didn't say that. I said, so I'm kind of confused. I didn't disrespect you. I didn't do anything at all to you. I just told you that I didn't have an attitude and you immediately stopped the meeting. You know what she said? I told you to leave. I haven't even signed the other clipboard. If you don't leave right now, I'm calling the police. She called the police on me. I told her, I'm not scared of the police. Said, I'm not disrespecting you. I haven't put my hands on you. I haven't done nothing. And something told me to not act up. Because, boy, I would have mopped the floor with this bitch. The lady's like, I don't want to see nothing happen to you. Can you just sign out? I told her, I don't even want the 4 minutes of pay. I'm going to leave. And my daughter was waiting in the lobby. I'm like, where's the keys at? I need to go get my uniforms. She on the phone telling the police she banned from here. She's not an employee. She's African American. She's like giving them a description, telling them that I'm aggressive, I'm this and I'm that. I kid you not. By the time
Just like that.
I pushed the button to the elevator and I got down, 2 police cars was there for me. So I was like, hey, officers, y'all looking for me? And he said, are you supposed to be our aggressor? I said, yeah. He said, it don't seem like you aggressive. So I explained to him everything that y'all know. I'm sorry to tell you this, but this sounds like a lawsuit, and she should have never called us. And so I asked him, was I free to go? And he was like, yeah, you're clear. You're not trespassing. You're not doing nothing that she said.
This is so sad.
Last month, I just signed my lease for another year. It was hell pulling myself out of homelessness. And now to be going through this.
It's definitely very emotional for this lady, and oh my goodness. What? Why are most people in HR like this? Like, they act without sympathy. They feel like the demigod of one's job. Like, I don't even understand what's with HR and this pompousness.
I'm in shock. I can't believe I was let go yesterday. I gave my time, energy, and I put my heart into that job. Clearly, I'm not the angry black woman they trying to make me out to be. Otherwise, I wouldn't have lasted this long. This was one of my biggest accomplishments. That helped me remain off the streets of being homeless. It was still a struggle. At least it wasn't a big hole that I had to dig myself out of. I spoke to my leasing company. They gave me 5 days to get my rent in, or I go up for eviction. I do work part-time at Amazon, but I'm capped out now at 20 hours because I have a back injury. So I'm gonna have to find another job. So in the meantime, I'm gonna do Uber and Lyft and take my 20 hours at Amazon starting next week. I know a lot of you are trying to help me, and I appreciate you. I'm gonna list on this video every way you can help me. As of right now, I don't have a fund. I haven't even really thought about it, but I know I need the help. I just feel like I failed you. I know God got me. I know there's something greater for me. It was time to let go of that company because I was doing stuff that wasn't even a part of my job title. And I just never said nothing because I didn't want to lose my job. I want to thank you all for helping me and getting me through this time. This one is hard to take it to the chin.
I feel so bad for this lady. I don't know, something prompted me to even make this video. I had list of other videos to make, but when I saw the description of this video, I was like, maybe I should look into it. And now that I'm making this video, I feel sad for this lady. She definitely needs help. She's going through a lot. It just looks like they really wanted to set her up and they succeeded, because I didn't see any ounce of aggression from everything that happened. If anything, they were choosing the life of the snake over the life of humans, right? Thank God nothing happened to both the humans and the snake. But using it as an excuse to lay somebody off when the person did not commit any form of atrocity, if I may, he was listening to them over the phone. She didn't do anything outside of that. And yet, they still found a way to make her look like the bad one. This is really sad, guys. Anyway, let's get right into the next video.
I shared my story because I am you. There are thousands, probably even millions, that don't speak up. We don't fight back. We don't take up for ourselves because our jobs are on the line. And we're working as simple 9 to 5 to try to keep a roof over our head, to keep food on our table, take care of our medical bills. Whatever reason it is that we remain employed with a company that we know absolutely sucks, in the long run, it hurts us because we're doing everything and above that they want us to do, to be disrespected, discriminated against, sexually harassed. But the moment someone speaks out, now it's a problem. You see it all the time. I personally been self-employed as an independent contractor for years, 5 stars all across the board with 9 different companies. The work be slow a lot because of the area I live in, but I'm still on that platform for a reason. So it never had nothing at all to do with my attitude. You just needed to cover up your behind for the negligence and the mishandling of a rattlesnake situation. Now all of a sudden, I became the target. Oh yeah, your attitude suck, yo this and that, but guess what? I never verbally been warned about my attitude. I've never even been written up about my attitude. It is what it is. I'm already applying for other places of employment. And baby, that career opportunity is about to land right in my lap.
I love her positivity. I love the energy she's coming back with. It just gives me a breath of fresh air that she did not allow this whole situation weigh her down. And as for people in HR that feel like they're the gods of people, calm down from your high horses, because it's not a good thing to be proud of, being the reason why somebody is laid off unrightfully. How would you sleep at night? How do you eat your next meal knowing that you just ripped someone off his or hers? You're forgetting that at the end of the day, everybody retires and you're not going to be there for the rest of your life. Life always has its way of coming back at you. I feel like some people don't even know that. But anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.